The harsh winds of Minot, North Dakota, had an audacious knack for scraping through the fabric of a man's skin, etching into his soul the bleak, barren landscapes that sprawled under the watchful gaze of an indifferent sky. Detective Daniel Callahan, a man of fortitude in this sea of desolation, cradled the city in his battle-worn gaze, his cobalt eyes reflecting the city's resilience and echoing his own. Anchored behind his mahogany desk cluttered with the fragments of untold stories, weathered case files, faded photographs, scribbled notes, he found solace in his fortress of solitude, a police station that had seen the rise and fall of many a noble heart. His fingers danced absently on a newspaper clipping, the headlines screaming of mysterious disappearances. It was these shadows that beckoned him now, pulling him into a world beneath the city, beneath the known. Earthquakes, Callahan, not simple tremors. Police Chief Leland's gravelly voice echoed from the past, etching itself into the silence of the station. The echo thrust Callahan back to his past, to the fateful day when the earth, in its fury, had devoured everything he held dear. His hands clenched reflexively, veins tracing a web of haunted memories on the back of his knuckles. The quake had left a scar that ran deeper than the superficial wreckage around him. It had shattered a bond, a sacred promise of love and togetherness. "Hey, Danny, you all right?" Officer Jensen, a greenhorn with a face too innocent for the city's harsh realities, broke his reverie. His youthful concern, however, couldn't mask the undercurrent of excitement in his voice. "Chief said we're looking into those sewer incidents. Ain't that something?" "Yes, Jensen," Callahan replied, his voice the gentle rustle of dried leaves against the onslaught of Jensen's eager gust. "It certainly is. Something." In the heart of the night, beneath a phantom blanket of stars obscured by the city's feeble attempts at radiance, he found himself at the mouth of the city's underbelly. The gaping maw of the sewer entrance loomed ominously, a portal to the unexplored, the unknown. His flashlight, a lone sentinel of light against the consuming darkness, revealed glimpses of a world abandoned by the sun, shrouded in an unspeakable dread. His first steps into the labyrinth echoed back at him, a haunting reminder of his journey's irreversible nature. As he ventured deeper, the familiar city rumble transmuted into a distant hum, replaced by the ceaseless whispering of the earth, an ominous symphony of subterranean life. It was the same murmur that the earth had emitted before, a dreadful prelude to its wrathful dance. He shivered, but not from the cold. The sewer, with its oppressive darkness, felt alive, almost sentient, its ancient echoes mirroring the seismic terror buried within him. But he pushed on, each step a testament to his will, his loyalty, his relentless pursuit of truth. For somewhere in the shadows of the city's forgotten world, amidst the chilling whispers of the earth, lay the answers that he sought, the balm that would soothe his scarred spirit. Thus, with a burdened heart and a firm resolve, he ventured deeper into the belly of the city. Little did he know then what truly lurked within the labyrinthine underbelly of Minot, and how it would shape the course of his destiny. A fathomless dark lay ahead, consuming the frail beam of Callahan's flashlight like an insatiable beast. The echo of his footsteps boomed like the pulse of the beast's heart, drumming in rhythm with his own accelerated heartbeat. He ventured on, his every nerve straining against the cloistered air that felt too thick, too sentient. Above him, the ceiling, encrusted with the patina of time, sagged low, painting a morose picture of oppressive gloom. He could almost hear the earth's ceaseless whisper, an uncanny replication of the seismic hymns that had once echoed through the ruins of his shattered past. His fear of confined spaces grappled with his duty, waging a silent war within his conflicted heart. And then, as if heeding some ancient decree, the labyrinth began to unveil its secrets. His flashlight caught the glint of a rusted pickaxe, abandoned in haste, lodged in the soft underbelly of the dank walls. Nearby, a torn sack spilled its illicit contents, a cache of smuggled gems, their glow lost in the omnipresent murk, yet silently testifying to the city's thriving undercurrent of corruption. His trained eyes, however, found the crux, the fragmented blueprint of an uncharted path, a Pandora's box promising a deeper dive into the convoluted heart of the city's underbelly. His gloved fingers traced the disjointed network of tunnels, a hauntingly familiar ground beneath him, thrumming in anticipation. "Detective Callahan," came Jensen's voice over the radio, an island of familiarity in this alien expanse. "Any updates?" "Signs of the smugglers." His voice crackled back, the static doing little to muffle the steely resolve that resonated in his tone. "I'm going deeper." Before he could stow away the map, a flicker of movement got his attention. Tethered in the orb of his flashlight was a man, gaunt and grizzled. His eyes were open, yet they stared into nothingness with an unnerving emptiness. No fear, no surprise, not even a hint of curiosity, just emptiness. He approached, hands reaching for his badge, his voice a low rumble in the encircling silence. "Police, are you all right?" The man's response was a disquieting silence. His eyes locked onto Callahan's, and in their dark depths swirled something otherworldly, a nebulous flicker that he could neither understand nor ignore. It sent a chill down his spine, a premonition that this was a trail of breadcrumbs, leading to a horror far removed from human understanding. As the stillness of the sewers enveloped him once more, he felt a sinking feeling of dread, the prologue of a tale woven in the grand tapestry of the cosmos, a tale that threatened to unmask the unseen terrors hiding beneath the veneer of reality. He retreated from the eerily silent man, the uncanny gaze following him back into the tunnels, propelling him deeper into the abyss. His journey into the unknown had just begun, and the sewers, the beast beneath the city, were yet to reveal their darkest secrets. Emerging from the catacombs beneath Minot, Callahan was greeted not by the usual welcoming embrace of daylight, but by a city whose heartbeat seemed to falter under an unseen strain. The familiar cityscape was a surreal tapestry woven with threads of uncanny disquiet. His return to the world above, a place once perceived as a sanctuary from the haunted underbelly, felt jarringly unfamiliar. His gaze swept across Minot's citizens, noting a shift. Human eyes, windows to the soul, glinted back with a strange alien luminescence, a reflection of the nebulous flicker he'd encountered in the sewers. Faces, once etched with the mundane worries of everyday life, were eerily serene, their expressions as blank as the smugglers. And then the birds. They wheeled in strange, spiraling patterns, their calls an eerily harmonic song that sent shivers down his spine. An alien waltz played out above a city trapped in an uncanny stillness. "Jensen!" Callahan's voice buzzed over the radio, heavy with dread. "There's something wrong. The people, they're—" "I know, Danny," Jensen's voice replied, the youthful vibrancy from before replaced with a wary tone. "We've got reports of people acting strangely. Hospitals are being flooded. It's like they're not themselves anymore." The puzzle pieces fell into place, forming a grotesque picture of cosmic dread. A parasite from the cosmos carried on the meteor that had struck months ago. A being from beyond, changing its hosts, driving them, controlling them, an unseen puppet master from the stars. Forcing his horror into the recesses of his mind, Callahan made his way to the local library, the only fortress of knowledge that held any promise of understanding the alien threat. With each step, he felt the city breathe around him, pulsating with an unseen life. His fear was no longer confined to the sewers. It walked among them, wore their faces, and stared through their eyes. Among dusty shelves and forgotten tomes, he discovered the semblance of an answer. Ancient texts of cosmic lore hinted at beings that roamed the cosmic void, parasites that took over hosts, controlling, altering, using them to spread their influence. They were spoken of in hushed whispers, cosmic puppeteers pulling strings in a grand cosmic ballet. Back in the solitude of his station, his fingers danced across the keys of his computer, reports of the meteor flashing on the screen, a silent proclamation of the cosmic horror that had descended upon them. This unearthly revelation solidified his resolve to protect his city, his people, he had to venture back into the belly of the beast. This time, however, the dread was more profound, more personal. This was not just about smuggling or corruption. It was a struggle for humanity against an unseen alien foe. As he prepared to descend once again into the abyss, he was not the same man who had embarked on the journey before. He was no longer just a detective, but a sentinel standing on the precipice of reality, looking into the face of cosmic horror. The city above, the world beneath, and the unknown beyond lay intertwined, each holding a piece of a puzzle that he was now compelled to solve. Once more, Callahan found himself in the echoing cavern of the sewer. This time, however, the labyrinth took on an even more sinister persona. The earth beneath seemed to hum with a sickly, pulsating rhythm, the alien heartbeat of the city's parasitic intruder. As he descended deeper, the familiar markers of human corruption gave way to alien transformations. The concrete walls were now inscribed with cosmic glyphs, shimmering with an ethereal, otherworldly glow. The air vibrated with an energy unseen but deeply felt, an echo of a far-off star, a cosmic siren song luring him further into the underbelly. Then he found it, a cavernous chamber, the heart of the labyrinth, pulsating with an energy that belied its earthly origins. Suspended in its epicenter was a chunk of the fallen star, an abyssal gem that shimmered with spectral hues. Around it, the citizens of Minot moved in a grotesque dance, their bodies controlled by the alien puppet master. Their once human eyes glowed with the same haunting luminescence, their gazes focused on the meteorite with an intense devotion. A ghastly realization dawned upon him. They were not merely controlled, they were being transformed. Their identities were being stripped away, replaced by the essence of the cosmic entity. The city he loved was not just under attack, it was being erased, rewritten by a cosmic playwright. A tremor rippled through the chamber, a seismic whisper echoing his own terror. For a moment he saw himself mirrored in the people around him, their fear, their struggle, their futile resistance. He saw the city in ruins once more, this time not by an act of natural disaster, but by an invasion from the cosmos. Summoning his remaining will, he reached for his radio, his voice a lone human whisper in the cacophony of the alien symphony. Jensen, the meteor, it's changing them. We need to. His words drowned in a sea of cosmic noise as the meteor pulsated brighter, sending a wave of force that sent him sprawling. The world around him spiraled into chaos, the city's heartbeat echoing the madness of the cosmic dance. In a final act of desperate defiance, he dragged himself away, leaving behind the city he loved, the people he had sworn to protect. His escape from the belly of the beast was a blurring nightmare. Every turn, every shadow infused with the cosmic terror that had overtaken his world. When he finally emerged into the world above, he was a changed man. His city, his world, had been irrevocably altered. His spirit was shattered, not by an earthquake this time, but by the realization of humanity's insignificance in the grand cosmic theater. His escape into madness was complete. His world had succumbed to the cosmic horror, and he had become its sole survivor, its only witness. His tale of horror was his burden and his curse, a haunting melody in the grand symphony of cosmic horror. He became a lone wanderer in a city that was his but wasn't. In the realm of humanity, he was the alien now, forever changed by the encounter with the unfathomable. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like it and subscribe to our channel, where you can find more similar stories, and click on the bell icon to never miss one. There is plenty more cosmic horror to come from the Eldritch Tales Factory. Stay tuned, and until next time.